I've been involved in a project in the redesign of a subject called ED 2990, Education for Cultural Diversity. And the focus of the redesign was on engagement, flexibility, and, and economic efficiency of the subject. This was a funded project under the Office of Teaching and Learning. So what was happening in this second year education subject was most students were getting disengaged and were not turning up for classes, um, specifically lectures and tutorials from the third week on to until about the 10th or 11th week. So what we wanted to do was to improve the attendance, engagement, and we opted for a blended learning approach. I guess what we wanted to blend here was pedagogy. We wanted to blend time, and we wanted students to be more active in learning. So what we did was, or previously, the subject there was 3 hours of contact time a week, and a 2-hour lecture and 1-hour tutorial. What we decided to do was to use the concept of flipping the classroom, where we put together modules using LibGuides, and these students would actually interact with the modules for 1 hour a week. Then we changed what we were doing in our classrooms. The 2 hours, which became face-to-face, the first hour was sort of teacher-led, and the second hour student-led. So what happened here, our pedagogy, which was students would interact with the online learning materials. Then they will actually come to class a bit more prepared, and we will actually develop those concepts further. Then the last hour, students would lead the class, get into groups, and work on their blogs, on their wikis, and contribute to the assessment of the subject. What we found out was that the students' engagement with the subject material improved. These are the internal students, and also the access and participation in the subject also improved. But we had also another agenda there, which was for our external students. The idea was to align the internal mode and external mode. So the internal and external students were working on the same platform, which are the modules, module 1 up to 5. And they would actually interact with these modules. And for the externals, what we did to try to align with the internals was introduce online tutorials using Blackboard Collaborate. So for 1 hour a week, students would actually get on Blackboard Collaborate and interact with the lecturer, or the tutor who was actually taking up that session. And by so doing, we actually found that the external students had more participation and access to the subject materials. There was an issue, of course, which arose that most of external students were at work during the normal working day. A later collaborate session was arranged so that they could actually get online and participate synchronously. But what we found out was that most of these external students will actually listen to the recording. Then after listening to the recording, then they'll actually post their questions on the discussion board. And then this increased interaction of the subject materials was really enhanced. We also, as a way, used e-assessment. We decided to introduce the wiki, where students would actually contribute 24/7, and also an assessment really aligned to the concept the students were doing. And as well, we were using automated online quizzes to actually increase this student participation.